So let me go snap, snap, snap. And today is the 11th of March at 9:30 p.m. I am Kyle Vines. I am the founder of Cedar Vale. I am closing a business right now, and I'm also looking for work. So there's a lot going on. And I wasn't sure if I'd have much to talk about today, but the interesting thing is whenever you are prepared to stay consistent and you put that question to yourself and just start writing stuff down, a lot comes to you. So it's kind of a neat thing. First, I'm sitting here in my very small basement setup. I've got my iPhone 14 Pro here. This is a QTU microphone, I believe, and the setup that came with it, all of this, iPad Pro. I've got a Microsoft Surface laptop over here, and then, yeah, just a light over there. So that's what I use all the time, and that's what's bringing this to you. So thank you, technology. So let me talk about the second round interview that I had on Friday. I prepared, maybe over prepared. So that started with, if you recall from a few videos back, my mom calling me unprompted and just starting to grill me on potential interview questions because she comes from a IT background, and this is for a data center company. But I really went in deep with my preparation using all the tools that I had available to me, including ChatGPT, and trying to best position myself to be successful in the conversation, and then understand the framework of what success might look like within the position itself. So that wasn't needed. I also looked up multiple jobs that I completed in the past just to show the record of my experience in utility infrastructure. But again, the conversation, like most conversations, led itself in multiple directions that were unanticipated. And being over-prepared like that allowed me to keep up and at times lead in the conversation versus just discussing raw information as I would if I were just going through these things. So even if you don't use it, being over-prepared is very helpful at times. Also got a third round interview from that, verbally, not confirmed through email yet, but I did send that follow-up email today. Regarding the follow-up email, I did try to systemize that, as I do, to try to find efficiency in any way possible, using follow-up emails that I've used in the past. But whenever I went to send that out this morning, something just felt wrong about using that, and my kind of template email anyways. And I talked to my wife about it, and she said it was good, but yeah, there's some hesitation in her reply. So I went back and drank a cup of coffee, sat down on the couch, and wrote with intention. And my follow-up email, I mean, we'll see how it does, but it felt better and more from the heart. So there's certain things that, for efficiency's sake, may seem like they need to be systemized, but if it's really, really important, I always see the value in expressing your whatever the communication is from the heart, and letting it be a one-off thing if it's that important to you. The other thing, celebrating a friend's success. So my buddy Kent, one of the, I wanted to say hardcore, then I wanted to say rad, and then I wanted to say cool, but I don't know if any of those are appropriate, maybe all of them. But he does very intense extreme sports. He's easy to get along with, and always a good time. So I'll let that speak to his personality. But he started his own business, and he went to get his license a couple of weeks ago. But there was a portion of the exam that kind of threw him for a loop. He wasn't prepared for that particular portion. So he retook the exam this last Friday and made a 100% on it. So an early failure led to by lack of preparation taught him a lesson to prepare further, and then he absolutely hit it out of the park. So extremely excited for Kent and his business venture, and can't wait to continue to support him in anything that he does. He's also my son's godfather, one of my son's godfathers. So just putting that out there. The next thing is the importance of friends and social connections. So whenever you're busy and you've got kids and you've got a routine, it's so hard to get outside of your bubble, or we find that it can be hard to get outside of your bubble. And by happenstance this weekend, we were able to connect with friends that we don't normally meet. Actually, it was my first time having any type of deep conversation with a husband. This is a wife-to-wife interaction with our kids. And then they connected the whole crew for this Friday's kind of pizza and movie night with all the kids together, and it was really pleasant. Got to meet and get to know them, and they're wonderful people, beautiful house, amazing kids, and it was just nice to be outside of our home, hanging out on somebody else's furniture and having a good time. Another friend that came in, that was Friday, and this one was actually Sunday right after church, was some friends from back home. I've known Sarah since high school. I haven't met her husband before, but I met him on this trip. And Kim has known Sarah since, goodness, I don't know, third grade, elementary school, something like that. But they've been taking ski trips out here for the last 3 years. And last time they were out here, they noticed the neighborhood sign along the highway a couple miles away, and text Kim and said, "Hey, do you live in this area?" And we were like, "Yeah, we do." And so this year, whenever they came through, we actually had a lunch, and we got their kids together with our kids and got to, again, just talk and be in a nice place to where the kids could have fun and the parents could interact. And it really, for me, I do have a social tank to fill, and those interactions were both extremely enriching, and I appreciate that. So it's important to have friends out there, particularly in similar situations with you or doing better than you, and anybody that you are hanging out with, you either want to be helping them along or celebrating their success, in my opinion. So again, just my opinion. Here's a couple more things. Been extremely busy and feel like I'm falling short on other obligations. If it's something as simple as opening all the day's mail, or sending out a newsletter, or a some type of communication, or not waiting until the last minute to get it done when I would generally be a bit more proactive. Sometimes I'm also one of those guys that does really well at the last minute. That extra pressure has never bothered me, but feeling that, and really feeling the pressure to deliver on multiple things that are in the works but not all the way out there. The time change threw us for a loop for sure. That was tough to get to church on Sunday, and very hard for the first day back at school this Monday. So that was a tough one, but we're making it through. Kim and I weren't sleeping anyways because our 4-month-old is going through a sleep regression. On the startup front, the wireframing is still being worked through. I mapped it all out in my mind, but found the importance of brainstorming with Kim, my wife and partner, in a lot of other aspects. But just regular old pillow talk, talking about what we had done for the day yesterday evening, led to an interesting conversation about a lot of things that I hadn't considered before, and really helped to round out how I am going about this wireframing. So getting your ideas out there in front of people, especially folks that you trust, is extremely important. And that brainstorming session was really neat. Um, I put out a post last weekend about my faith as a Christian. I don't want that to be a headline or anything, but it got some good response, and also some hesitation from other members of my family, which is interesting. But I was listening to something today that was talking about that, and the key takeaway was you don't have to push anything on anyone. If you just live your path and you just are, and you just you know exist in the environment, your actions will be all that's needed to affect change in certain situations. So there's nothing else that's needed from you other than just being your genuine self, particularly if you are on a uh, spiritual path, or whatever the vocation is that's calling you. So that was a neat one. Um, and what else? This is just a pet peeve of mine, mail. I opened a bunch today, and I have a lot more to open, but snail mail, it's one of those things where Kim has got me into a better routine of, as soon as it comes in, I open it up and log it. But if I like, I hadn't been to the office in a while because I've been working from home, and if I let that stuff pile up, I'm just overwhelmed by letters. All of it extremely important, and I will open it up and get to it. But that's one of my things. Just send an email. It's so much easier. All right, now best part of the day. Um, the kids, Kaya and Kaden, our two oldest, had a dentist appointment today. That was really good. Caden did well. Kaya wanted to do well, but could have done better. By the end of it, there were some tears and not too happy at the end of the dentist visit. We thought we would remedy that by going to a restaurant with a play place, Chick-fil-A, to be transparent. But whenever we got in there, the kids had not settled down enough to be in that environment. So the best part of the day was actually making the decision to remove ourselves from that environment before ordering food and trying to force the situation. We weren't far from home, so we went home. We made lunch at home, saved a few bucks. The kids got to settle down, collect themselves, and iron out the emotional wrinkles that had to be ironed out. And then we were able to bring my daughter back to school in a good mood with a full belly. So, best decision of the day was, or the best part of the day was, seeing happy kids after making a hard decision to leave an environment that we thought would be best, but whenever we experienced it, was not. So that's it. A lot to talk about, especially when you think there's not much to talk about. From the second round interview to how I have this set up, follow up and systemization not working, celebrating friend success, the importance of social interactions with two different friend groups and their kids, uh, falling short on obligations and what to do about that, the time change, the importance of getting your work out there in front of other people whenever you're going through the process, particularly in the wireframing and brainstorming session that I was doing. And then also faith in the environment and the fact that you don't need to do anything else but just be your genuine self in that environment. And then my grievance with mail, though I love the post office and hope that continues on, but that's just a me thing. And then the best part of the day was making a decision to change the environment to set our kids up to be successful in the rest of their day. So that was it. I appreciate it. Didn't think I had much to talk about, but here we are. Again, my name is Kyle Vines, and it is now 9:45 at or on Monday, March 11th. Like and subscribe. Appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later.